All right, so next up we got three that they're not so much lucid dreaming don'ts. Well, they're not really lucid dreaming don'ts at all, but they are covered oftentimes in these lists. So I thought I would go over them as well. The first one being sleep paralysis. Now, I've covered sleep paralysis myself on my channel already. I feel like that's a very heavily covered topic within the industry, so I don't really have too much to say on it. Besides the fact that sleep paralysis, I told you you'd be hot. Sleep paralysis in particular is something that can be cured with simple knowledge gained, right? Like once you understand how REM works and being paralyzed so don't act out your dreams and stuff like that, that basically should cure you of any scaredness you have towards sleep paralysis. And actually, what it should actually do is, it should free you from it enough to, maybe even, to even go in there and explore the space like I did. It can lead to some pretty interesting and, neat experiences. So every time I'm in that stage, if I see that sleep demon coming in, I always try to hang in there as long as I can, and then explore it and meet that guy and see what he's about. Okay, the other one is getting trapped in dreams, so having like false awakenings, which I mean can be kind of trippy. Now, I've never had a series of false awakenings like in a nightmare type scenario, but I have had it where I'm thinking I'm really getting up and I'm like trying to go do something to start my day, but I'm actually just keep repeating it, and I never found that scary. I mean, per myself, if you're not lucid to the fact that it's happening, I understand you can't start tripping yourself out, but then again, if you notice it happening, then you can start being clued into to what's going on. That's actually how I tend to have all my like my out of body type experiences that I've had tends to come from when I'm trying to fall asleep, right? And I start realizing I'm dreaming of sleeping. So it's actually, I guess it's backwards to a false awakening. It's like a false sleeping. So I'll be dreaming of myself lying in bed trying to fall asleep, and then I keep like kind of really waking up and realize, oh wait, I was actually dreaming. And then what I do from there is I try to guess when I'm actually am asleep. And then I'll just be like, oh, try sit up. And then I can go ahead and rise out of my body and do the out of body ish type shit. And then the other one, the last one is lucid nightmares. So I guess they can be extra scary, which, has that written here. But I actually disagree with that. I think lucid nightmares, because you're lucid to the fact and you can wake yourself up and you should know you're safe already, that should take away the extra scariness of it. That is, unless your mind is serving up the absolute most terrifying, worst nightmare to you on a platter, right? That kind of shit could be fucked up. And I guess okay. So this one too. So I guess all three of these, they could be such scary experiences that they make you scared to fall asleep or practice lucid dreaming and stuff at all. Which, yeah, I don't know. I don't see that either. I mean, at least for the first two, right? Sleep paralysis and false awakenings. Once you know what's happening, you should be able to get out of that scared fucking state you're in, or that scary place in your mind, realize what's happening, and then if you have a really freaky recurring nightmares, actually for me too. So my first lucid dreams were actually in a nightmare setting when I was really young, like 6, 7, 8, some shit like that. And after I had it the very first time, once it would start, every other time I had it, I always knew it was starting and happening from the very second it would go. But back then, I didn't know how to wake myself up out of the dream or anything, so I always would suffer through the nightmare in the exact same scenario, exact same sequence, and wake up at the very, peak of the terror every single time. But, yeah, like I said, man, if you're lucid to the fact, it shouldn't be no big deal. Once you're more of an adult and you know you're going to be safe, and hopefully you learn by then how to wake yourself up out of it.